Hello YouTube, welcome back to the part 2 of the tutorial. Today we are doing the backend integration with AppWrite. So what's AppWrite? AppWrite is what we call the ABAS or BAS, which is the backend as a service. As you can see here, is an open source platform that offers a bunch of services like authentication, storage, database, and so on. It's pretty much the Firebase competitor, one of the Firebase competitors, and I was thinking of trying it out for a while, so I decided to do this tutorial to also test the platform. So let's get started. Go on the AppWrite website and click in docs, then go to kickstart and choose Apple. So here we're gonna do the basic setup for the project. So, and of course, before anything you need to sign up, right? So we need to, here you sign up to the website to unlock everything you need. So sign up is pretty straightforward, there's nothing. So here is just logging straight to my account, but it's pretty straightforward. Okay, once you sign up, go to get started, actually go to docs, yeah, quick start, Apple, and here we're gonna do the setup in the project. Okay, so you need to create a project on your console. So I'm gonna go to my console here and create new project. I'm gonna call it login and sign up. Okay, create, add a platform, choose Apple, and here you have some setup you need to do. So here we just call the same name of the app, login sign up. Go to the project, general, sign-in capabilities, and copy the bundle identifier. Then come here and paste the bundle ID and click next. And here we're gonna add the package to our project. So just copy this link, go to file, add packages, and copy the link. As you can see here is the AppWrite SDK. Click add package. It's gonna take a while to fetch all the dependencies, so let's wait. Add package. Okay, let's get back to the setup. In the right panel, select your target project and add your desired versions. He's just explaining how to add the dependency. Next, here's some setup. I'm gonna explain it in depth when we create the service and the view model. You can just skip for now and then go to the dashboard. As here's your dashboard. The alt section is our section that we care about for now. Okay, there's another setup we need to do. If you follow here, you see there's more stuff to do here. After add our dependencies, we need to add this to the info.plist of the project. Okay, so how to add this? Copy, go to the project navigator. You see here, when you create a SwiftUI project, we don't have the info plist anymore. So how to make the info plist to show up here? Go to the project info. Here is the place where they put the info plist now. So to show up here and we can add it, just gonna add, you see it's URL type. So go to the last column, the last line here, click plus and type URL type here and press enter. So once you add one line here, one item here is gonna show up immediately here. All right, so go to the info, and what I want to do now is edit, but not here. I'm not gonna add item by item here. I just want to copy and paste. So click, right click, show in Finder, and then we can right click again and open with a text editor. Let's say VS Code or even the text editor, the standard Mac text editor. So here you can see we have this inside the dictionary. I'm just gonna delete this and paste what we copy from the website and then save. Okay, here we're set. Just close. When we get back to the project, you see that everything is added here. See? And now we are set to start building with AppWrite. So let's go. Alright, what I want to do now is create two new files. Let's call it command N. Let's call it app service, which will handle all the AppWrite integration. Create. And the other, I'm gonna call it view model. Okay, here on the app service, first thing you need to do is to import the AppWrite package, right? And here I want to create a class, call it app service. Okay, and here I'm gonna create the client. So we have the client, and this client from AppWrite is the AppWrite client. Okay, here you need to set the endpoint. Set endpoint. The standard endpoint is cloud.appwrite.io -v1. This is the standard endpoint for the AppWrite. So here I'm gonna to set the project, and this you're gonna find on your overview tab here on AppWrite, and on the side close to your project name you copy this number and paste here as a string. Okay, and here I'm gonna set self-sign to true. This is what we found on the AppWrite setup that I showed you before. Okay, now we need an account, so create an account, and here underneath I'm gonna assign the client to the account. Okay, account needs a client, so we just set to our client. Alright, so this is everything we need to start creating our methods. So the first method I want to create is the create user, which is the registration, right? So I'm gonna create the create user, and the user needs an email, which is a string, and a password, which is also a string. Okay, so this method I'm gonna use async await because the framework, the AppWrite SDK, is also use async await, async calls to interact with the client. Okay, so this to use async await, it will throw, right? So async throws. Alright, so here I'm gonna need a do try catch block, okay, to do the async call. So here I'm gonna try await. So we have the account we need, and we have this AppWrite method called create with a user ID, email, and password. And if you go to the documentation, they use this ID unique for this. It's from the AppWrite SDK, and we pass in the email and the password. Okay, cool. So I'm doing the async call here, and here we should catch if something went wrong. So what I want to do is to create a custom model here. So I'm gonna create an enum called request status with two cases: case success and case error. And this error is gonna carry a message. Why? Because I want to catch the error message from the AppWrite SDK and pass to my app as an alert. So in case of error, I want to catch the message. So if everything goes alright here, I'm just gonna return success. Otherwise, call error with a message. So in this async throws, I'm gonna throw a request status, right? So here, I'm just gonna return success. Otherwise, I'm gonna return an error, the error dot localize description. Okay, so yeah, this is pretty much everything we need to the create user method. I want to create two more methods on our service: the login method and the logout method. To create the login method, it's pretty much the same as the create user. So I'm just gonna copy and paste and change what we need. Just call it login. But instead of the create method here from the SDK, I'm gonna use another method called create email session and just passing the email and the password. Okay. The logout is a little simpler. I'm just gonna call it logout. We don't need to receive anything to log out. And here I'm just gonna use delete session. I'm just creating an ID here, current session. Okay, and that's pretty much everything we need to our service. We can create a user, we can log into the app, and we can log out, right? So now we have everything we need to start creating our view model to interact with our UI. So yeah, let's get started. So go to the view model. I'm just gonna call it view model, observable object, and here I'm gonna receive the service, app service, right? And init service, app service, self.service equals service. Okay, so here in the view model, we're gonna inject the service so we can use the methods here and update our UI. So I want some published variables here to send signals to my UI. I want to show an alert when we have an error, and I want to show a loader, activity indicator saying that the endpoint is loading. Okay, so I'm gonna create some published variables here. Publish var. I want to show alert, right, and set to false at first. Let's just copy and paste here. I want an alert message, right? I want to know if it has any error. I want to know if it's loading, and I want to know if the user is logged in. Okay, so alright, let's create our first method. That's gonna be the create user. Gonna receive an email and the password, and it's gonna sync throws. And the first thing I want to do when I call the create user is set loading to true, right? Because I want to start a spinner. And here I'm gonna call it status because the method on the service returns a request status, remember? Try await service create user and passing the email and password. Okay, all right, what's going on here? Let's head over to the app service, see what's going on. Create user app service. I think might be some compilation error on the Xcode. All right, what's going on? Plus let font. Let's just build it to see. Oh, it was just a typo. You see here, serrate user. It's create user. So it was just a typo. Now it should work. Alright, so we have our status, which is a request status. So what I want to do is to switch on the switch status, and the compiler should fill up for me the cases. Yeah. Okay. What I want to do is whenever we finish, I want to set the loading to false, okay, to stop the spinner, and I want to set the alert message. Since it's successful, I want to set the message to something like your account has been created successfully, right? And then I want to show the alert, so show alert the toggle, all right? And if we get any error, we're gonna do the same. Set the loading to false. Has error, I want to set to true, right? And the alert message, remember on the service that I'm getting the error from the AppWrite SDK. So I'm just gonna pass this error message from AppWrite to our alert. So here I'm receiving alert message, and here I want to pass the message. Right, so I'm gonna set the error message from the AppWrite SDK to our alert, right? And then we show the alert, show alert toggle. Okay, so our create user is done. I think we have everything we need here. So now let's go create the login and logout method. The login method is very similar to the create user. I'm just gonna call it login, and here we call it login. The difference is that I don't want to show an alert when the user is logged in, so I'm gonna remove this alert toggle and the message, and I will just want to set the is loading, not is loading, is logged in to true. Okay, and here we keep it the same because when we have an error on the login, I want to set the error to true. We want to show the message and we want to toggle the alert. So this keep the same thing. Okay, the logout is even simpler. Just gonna copy here. Let's call it logout. We don't need the parameters. So here we call logout. We don't need this logout. And here we set is loading to false. The is logged in to false, and again the message, the error message with the alert, we keep everything the same thing. All right, and with this we have everything you need in our view model, and now we can start connect in our interface. But first, there's one thing we need to do. Go to the app where we have the window group, right? And I want to create a view model here. So I have the state object private var view model equal view model, and here on the service I want to create app service here. Okay, and now I want to pass the view model into the environment, so it's gonna be accessible at any view we need. Okay, there's other ways to do this. I could pass here on the welcome view and then pass over to the other views, but this way is a little simpler, and there's also no problem at all to doing like this. You may read some places that's not good to use the environment, but for me it's completely fine. Okay, so let's get started. But first, another thing that I forgot to do is in our view model, we need to mark this class as the main actor. And why we need to do this? Because our view model is gonna make changes on our UI. So it's gonna change the main thread. So when we mark this view model, this class as the main actor, is like when you do the dispatch main queue. Okay, so you can see the definition here. A single actor whose actor is equivalent to the main dispatch queue. See, so when we mark this macro, we are saying, hey, we are doing changes on the main thread. So dispatch these changes to the main thread. Okay, so now we can start working on our UI now. Let's start with the registration view. So go to the registration view. We can close the canvas for now to make some more room. Okay, on our registration view, we will need the view model, right? So we use the environment object. Okay, our view model. Okay, and we also gonna need, because I want to dismiss the screen when the user click OK on the alert. So when the registration is successful and the user click OK on the alert, I want to dismiss the view. Okay, so we need the dismiss here. Environment dismiss. Okay, environment here for dismiss. Okay, alright, on our view, what I want to do, I want to show a progress view, the activity indicator when it is loading. So I need to put on the Z stack to be over everything. Okay, so I'm gonna use the Z stack, and to one tip, when you want to put something big inside another stack, just fold first and then use this command to move up on the editor. You see, this command is to move code around. You can select a line and move around. Okay, so when we fold and we start moving, we're moving everything. Okay, see? Okay, just a little tip here. Alright, now we have our Z stack. So we need to decide when to show the progress view. So if the view model is loading, we show the progress view, right? Progress view on top of everything. And this is everything we need to do here in regards to the progress view. Now I want to call the create user method on the view model. So here on the sign up button, I need to create a task because we are using async await, so this should be done inside a task. So we should try await and call the view model create user, and the credentials we want to pass is the email text from the text field, right, and the password text that we are setting here, right, password text and email text. So here we pretty much set to test, but I want to set up the alert first. So let's just kind of fold this. Oh, one thing I forgot. You see, when I show the progress view, I want to dim the main view, the opacity a little, so it's a little bit blurry. So here on the V stack, I want to set the opacity. If it's loading, I want to set to half, 50%. If it's not loading, we keep 100%. Alright, very important. Otherwise, it's gonna be just a small spinner in the middle that we can even badly see. Alright, so let's set up the alert. Go here on the navigation stack. Now we can set up the alert. Go here outside the navigation stack and type alert. We need this with the title key and the actions. Okay, so for the title, I want to change the title of the alert according to the error. So here on the alert, I want to call the view model. If it has error, I want to set the title to error. Otherwise, I want to set to success. Okay. And the is presented, we're gonna show the alert according to our show alert on our view model. Remember? So $ view model show alert. Okay. And now for the actions. Here for the action, I want to show a different button according to the error. So if view model not has error, I want to button say try again, and does nothing. Okay, and does nothing. Otherwise, if it's successful, I want to show a button with the text OK, and the action of the button, I want to dismiss the view. Everything is set, so when the user press OK, they don't need to do anything else on this view, so we need to dismiss it, right? I think we are set to test. Actually, there's another thing. We need the message, right? So here the alert, we need the message. The alert message is gonna be the one we set on the view model. Remember? Alert message. I think now we're set. Okay, so let's test it out. Let's build and run. Okay, register. Just call it everton@gmail.com. Some password. You know, someone asked me on the comments on the previous tutorial about the rules for the password, just to clarify, is that a capital letter, normal letters, numbers, and a special character. Okay, these are the rules to create a password. All right, so let's see. Click sign up. Loading. Okay, your account has been created successfully. When you click OK, it will dismiss the view. Beautiful. But first, we need to see if actually created the user, right? We need to go to the AppWrite dashboard. Let's refresh. Here we have our user. AppWrite on Gmail, October 4th. Yeah, looking pretty good. Okay, our registration is working. There's another thing that I forgot to do and I want to do here is that button when the user already have an account, he want to go to the login, right? So I want to use a sheet. So here I want to show a sheet is presented. Okay, I need to create a binding for this. So I'm gonna call it show sheet false. All right, and I want to show the sheet when the user click the button that already have an account. So show the login view. Okay, so here I want to show sheet toggle. Okay, let's just see. Okay, register. Already have an account. Okay, beautiful. And dismiss. And dismiss. Okay, cool. Now we can start working on our login view. Alright, go to login view. In the login view, you're gonna need a view model, right? So environment object, view model of type view model. Okay, and we need to do the same thing on the progress view thing. If view model is loading, progress view, right? And also set the opacity here, same thing. Opacity, view model is loading, 50%, otherwise 100%. Okay, simple stuff. Now I need to set the task here on the sign in. I need a task, right? Try, await, view model, dot login, and we need the email text and the password text. Same thing. All right, and now let's set up the alert. Can close here and set up the alert here. Alert title key. In this case, the alert, we just gonna show the alert when there is error, right? Because in the case of success, I'm gonna push to the main view, right? And enter that. So just the error alert here. So here, view model, show alert, right? And for the action and message, I'm gonna have just the button OK to dismiss the alert. But when I click OK, there's some stuff I want to do. I want to empty the text fields, right? And set the validation to false. So is email valid? False. Is password valid? False. And the text, email text to empty and password text to empty. So when we click OK on the alert, the text fields are gonna show in red with error. So the user knows that something went wrong with the login. Okay, so here I'm gonna set the message, of course. Type view model alert message to see what was the error. Okay, and I think now we can test, but let's set up that sheet first. We have that sheet, right? Show sheet when the user click on create new account, right? Show sheet dot toggle, and on this sheet I want to show the registration view, right? Show sheet, and here the registration view. All right, let's build and run. Okay, go to login. Let's try the user we just created. Everton, Gmail. Sign in. Okay, it's probably gonna do anything because I didn't set up the the navigation to the next view when it's successful. But one thing that I noticed is the loading is on the top here. Why? Let's check. What's going on? Oh, I forgot to add the Z stack. So let's cut this Z stack and put here and move everything inside. Okay, let's build now. But first, let's do something here. I want to present something when it's successful. Okay, so I'm gonna go here on the Z stack, close the Z stack here, and set the destination, navigation, destination. So when the user is logged in, I want to move to the destination, right? So have the view model is logged in. If it's logged in, we can move to the next. I'm just gonna put the text here, logged in, so we can have feedback, right? So let's build and run. Okay, login. Let's use a wrong credential to see if the alert is working. Okay, let's try it. In the middle, error, invalid credentials. Please check the email and password. This message is actually coming from AppWrite. I didn't wrote this message. Okay, so when we press OK, see, the user have a feedback. Something is wrong. So let's try it now with the right credentials. Okay, sign in, and we are logged in. Cool, the login is working. I forgot to test the sheet. Let's just test the sheet, for instance. Login, create new account. Alright, the sheet is also working. There's this back button I want to remove as well. So let's just remove this back button here. Navigation, bar back button hidden true. I should probably do the same thing with the registration view. Okay. True. And what else we need to do? We need to test the logout, right? So I'm just gonna create a simple view to set up a button to log out. Okay, so let's do that now. Okay, I'm just gonna create here on the same file. This file is is already packed, alright, but you can organize it after. I'm just gonna create here a struct, a new view. Let's call it logged view. Okay, view body. We have a navigation stack. Okay, inside we have a Z stack, right, for that loading behavior, and we have inside a V stack. Okay, here we're gonna need a view model at environment object var view model of type view model, and we need to dismiss it. Environment dismiss, okay, because I want to dismiss the view when the user tap the button. Okay. Alright, inside the logged view, we need to do that check if view model is loading. Progress view, right? On the VStack, you need a tag just to clarify you are logged in. Okay, we're just gonna set some font here. Font system size 24 and weight bold. Alright, and some padding. Okay. We need a button with action and label, okay. And here on the action of the button, I want the test, right? So try, await, view model, login, actually log out. All right, here on the label, we have a text log out. And all right, let's just set some style. Say 20, weight about, and have to be white, okay. And here's some style to the background of the button, right? vertical. You need the frame. I want the button to expand to the width of the screen, and then set some padding horizontally. But first let's set the background, and we want to use that primary blue, right? Primary blue. The corner radius 12, and some padding horizontally. We can set horizontal, we can set around it, so just set padding, set vertically and horizontally. And what else we need? Of course, we need to set the opacity to the loading behavior. Right, opacity view model is loading 50%, otherwise 100%. And we want to remove the back button. Okay, navigation bar back button hidden, true. And I think is everything we need. We just need to pass to the destination of the main view. So here on the destination we remove this text and set the logged view. So let's build a run to test. Okay, let's try out our user account, gmail.com. Okay, sign in. Alright, you are logged in. So now let's test if the logout works. Logout, of course, we forgot to dismiss the view when we successfully log out. So let's fix it. Here on the logged view, after we log out, we also want to dismiss. Okay, so here we dismiss it. So let's test it out now. Log in. Alright, sign in. Alright, you are logged in. Let's check the logout. Alright, everything seems to be working. Alright, the current session user could not be found. Alright, I think I know what the problem is. In this session, here, on the app service, on the logout, I want to delete all the sessions. Okay, let's test it out. Log in. Gmail.com. Sign in. Okay, logged in, log out. Yeah, I think now we're set. And I think we cover everything here. Of course, this logged view, we can work a little bit more to polish a little bit. For example, I want to dismiss only if it's successful. So there's more stuff we could do here, but I believe for now we cover everything we need. And I leave this as a challenge. A challenge for you is to implement this. Only dismiss the view if the logout is successful. Alright, so you can try it out yourself and let me know in the comments if you manage to make it work. Okay, I think we are done with this tutorial. I hope you enjoy, and let me know in the comments if I can improve something, or if you want to see something for future tutorials. If you want to learn something in future tutorials, just let me know in the comments, and I see you on the next video. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.